Hello.
Hello.
Okay, this is family mental health, and I'm here with my professor. I drink from her. So can we get to meet? First of all, Emily, then Dr. FESSLER.
Absolutely. I
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
It's as I've gotten more and more, I guess, experienced as a therapist, I have had Emily and Dr. FESSLER get closer and closer to one another. It makes both things a lot more fun.
Mhm.
So I was born into a military family. My father is Native Hawaiian. My mother is Irish Catholic from South Dakota, and they met in Texas.
Okay, so there's the black and white.
More like dark brown and very light pink. But I mean,
okay.
And so yeah, I am. My parents are mixed race.
Okay.
And so I don't really look like either of them. I'm somewhere in the middle between the two of them.
And so who is Dr. FESSLER? You said you're bringing them closer.
You know, I think when I first started in this field, I had this idea of what a therapist and a counselor was. It was just kind of more akin to like a medical doctor or a physician, very serious. I'm going to tell me what's wrong, I'll give you the diagnosis, we'll fix you, treatments. And there's some elements of that too, but as I work with more people, it's more about the warmth and the connection, figuring out how people are hurting and then just showing them that they deserve to be loved.
Wow.
It sounds simple, but it's also so complex.
And you've been into this for how many years now?
Let's see, I guess kind of officially practicing for 15 years.
How did you do that?
I started in 2004 when I was in college in rape crisis.
Okay.
And that was really intense and probably fit my idea. It's probably what formed that original idea of this is very serious. We followed training was for a volunteer. Training was 6 months.
Wow.
And it was a very specific protocol. It was actually a really cool setup. A house was donated in the town where I lived. So that was kind of the rape crisis headquarters, and we each would sign up to do a 24-hour shift once a month of answering the phones, and then we'd sign up for on-call days, kind of 4 days out of the month. And so if you were on call and you got called, you would go to the hospital, you would follow all the protocol, and you were part of actually the team, the medical team, the legal team, the police team. You would like deliver the evidence from the doctors to the police. It was a very intense entrance into therapy. It was fantastic training and something that I still love.
Was it accidental or it was an intentional thing?
It was mostly intentional. I knew I wanted to become a therapist. I don't have to go to graduate school. I mean, family dynamics. My parents came from very different kind of cultural backgrounds for sure. And just different religious beliefs, different things. We moved across the country. So my father was in the Air Force, and for us, we moved every 3 years. So every 3 years was a fresh start. It was starting all over, making new friends. We moved different parts of the country. So I was born in California, but then we moved to Illinois and then to Texas and then back to California and back to Texas, then to Hawaii and Texas and Alabama and just all over, back and forth. And through that, I think I just got to see a lot of different family dynamics. We have mental health history. We've got some personality disorders in our family, and it was just, I think most people that become a therapist either
have a story.
Yeah, they have a story, that got them there, or they have someone in their life that they care about that is a therapist and loves it, and they're like, that's the job I want.
That's true.
So I'm more of the first camp.
Okay.
But yeah, I knew from a young age, I always thought I wanted to be a psychiatrist.
Okay.
I wanted that medical doctorate. And then I was like, I'll come in and I'll sit on the chair, they'll lay down on the couch, they'll tell me their problems, I'll tell them how to fix their lives, and it'll be fantastic. And when I got to college, I realized that is not at all what a psychiatrist does. This is the wrong place for me. So I ended up switching my sophomore, junior year into a different field, and that's where I learned about marriage and family therapy, and I thought, this is it, this is for me. this is what I've wanted to do. I just never knew that it existed.
What's the difference between a family therapist and probably just personal counselor?
Man, I have really strong opinions about this, and I am not a big fan of the name of our profession, marriage and family therapy, because I feel like it's so limiting. I would much prefer a name more like relational therapist, but then that's not clear. Nobody knows what that is, but that's truly what I think, what makes someone trained in marriage and family therapy different from someone trained in psychology or someone that's a LPC or a social worker. We look, as marriage and family therapists, we look at the whole system, the dynamics of things, and we don't necessarily have to have the whole system in front of us to do the work. In fact, most of the people that I see currently are individuals. Probably 60, 70%. The rest is couples. I actually don't see any families right now, but that doesn't mean I'm not working on family issues. When I'm working with individuals, it doesn't mean I'm not working on couple issues. In fact, most of the time, it's the relational stuff that we're going through. But I think it just takes into account the person in relationship to everyone else. And for me, when it comes down to it, that's the most important thing in life. Is it's all about relationships. Connect on that human to human level. Yes. That's so important. That's what makes family therapy not so clinical. Kind of what I was talking about in the beginning, having Emily and Dr. FESSLER become one person has been great, where it's not, I'm Emily, but when I'm Dr. FESSLER, I put on this persona where I need to act a certain way. It's just really taking everything that you know and caring about people and putting it into the work that you do with them. I don't want to come across as derogatory toward any of the other fields, but I do think it does require a specific and special type of training to be able to work with couples and families. In my position as a professor and as a supervisor, I've been able to supervise people that have been trained in different ways, as marriage and family therapist, as clinical psychologist, as counseling psychologist. And one thing I notice about people that are more psychologically trained is that they tend to talk to one person and then talk to the next person in the room and then talk to the next person. And it's very much kind of going down the line. Whereas a family therapist is talking to one person, having them talk to the next person, addressing more of the relationship between people. And I think that is one of the things in life that is so static. It moves a lot. It changes a lot. Think about your own relationships, whether it's with your spouse or your children or your siblings or your parents. It ebbs and flows. It changes over time. And you don't necessarily have to have a mental disorder or something to be having problems in your relationship. It could just be it's an adjustment period. Maybe it's we're about to have a baby, or somebody lost their job, or we're losing a family member that we care about, and nothing's wrong with any of you, but you're still really, really struggling. And I think that happens so much more than people give it credit for. For so long, everybody's just tried to tough their way through it, but you don't have to do that. There are people whose job is to help you through these sort of tough times, and that's what marriage and family therapists do.
And for the marriage and family therapy, do you really need to have certain background or prerequisites for you to be able to do well?
I think having some working knowledge of basic psychological principles is probably a really helpful start. Also having some background knowledge in human development, but as far as a required prerequisite, I don't think so. I think you just have to be interested in humans and care about them. And I think it would be hard to have a bachelor's in marriage and family therapy just because of how I understand licensing to be here. You have to have your bachelor's degree first, and then have all of these other hours that are just kind of on a different level. It's not necessarily learning about things and definitions, but it's about how to incorporate that, how to actually do it. When you get trained as a marriage and family therapist, you know that there's something in there whatever the behavior, how terrible the behavior is, you know, there's something in there that human is probably hurting in some way and needs there's some need that is not getting met and they don't know how to express it. So they're just being mean or awful or terrible or horrible or, you know, scaring children when they go by on the street. And, you know, there's always more to the story.
And I want to say thank you. I spent like 2 years with you. It's been a very, very, very wonderful time.